so we're going to take 2 strands held together of our blanket yarn. We're going to start by making a slip knot. Put it on our huge hook, tighten it up, and then we're going to chain 50. Now it might take a little bit getting used to working with this large hook, so you might want to practice to get your chain looking nice. So you just want to start out chaining, and we're going to do 50. So I'm going to make my 50 chains, and then I'm going to meet you back. Okay, so I have done my 50 chains. So now we're going to half double crochet, and we're going to do our first in the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. You want to yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, there's our first, and then we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 half double, chain 2, and 1 half double in the very same space, and that's going to create our first peak in our pattern. Okay, so now we'll do 1 half double crochet into the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and to make our valley, we're going to skip 2 chains and then do 1 half double crochet into the next 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And in the next chain, we'll do 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and 1 half double crochet in the same space to make the next peak. So you're going to continue in this pattern. So you'll do 1 half double crochet in the next 7 and then skip 2 to make your next valley, and continue that going valley, peak along the chain. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm to another peak here. So 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet in the same space, and then we're finishing off the chain with 1 half double crochet in the last 7 chain spaces here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so then what we're going to do is chain 2 and turn. Okay, so I've chained 2 and turned, and now we're going to be working in the back loop. So instead of going through both, we're just going to be going through this back one here. But now our first stitch we're going to skip, and then we're going to do a half double crochet tog. We're going to go through that back loop, pull up a loop, go through the next back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through all 4 on the hook. And now we'll do 1 half double crochet in the back loop of the next 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then when we reach our chain 2 space here, we're going to do 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet in that space. One half double. Okay, and then working in the back loop only, 1 half double crochet into the next 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, to make our valley, and then 1 half double crochet into the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're back to that chain 2 space, and we'll do 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and another half double crochet in that same space. And we're just going to keep repeating this pattern along. So I'm going to continue working down, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm to my last peak in this row. So now I'm going to show you how you handle the end. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 5, working in the back loop only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then these last 2 stitches here, we're going to do a half double crochet decrease, still just in the back loop only. Up a loop and then yarn over and go through all 4. Okay, so we're going to change color. So we're going to do 1 half double in the turning chain. So I want you to pull up a loop And then grab your next color. I'm going to go with lime green for my next color. So I have my strands already here waiting. Okay, so then I'm going to go over with the new color and pull that through. And I'm going to chain 2 now with my new color. 1, 2. And then I'm going to turn my work. And we're going to skip that very first stitch. And we're going to do a half double crochet decrease into the next 2. So there's 1. Yarn over and then pull through all 4 loops. And then 1 half double crochet in the back loop of the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're at the chain 2 space, so you'll do 1 half double, chain 2, and then 1 half double in the same space. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning here, and I'm going to trim my pink yarn because we are going to have to weave all these lovely ends in when we're finished. So make sure you leave enough to weave one way and weaving back in the opposite direction. Okay, so now you're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then for our valley we'll skip the next 2 stitches and then we'll do 1 half double crochet in the back loop of the next 7, and we'll just continue on with this pattern all the way across. We'll do another row with the lime green, and then we're going to change to light teal, or you can use whatever colors you want to do. So I'm going to continue finishing up this row, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm to the last peak, so I'm just going to go through this with you again. So we do 1, chain 2, and another half double in the same space, and then 1 half double crochet into the next 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do a decrease, so 1 half double crochet tog there into the next 2. So pull up a loop, pull up another loop, yarn over, go through all 4, And then in that chain, turning chain, we're going to do 1 half double crochet. Chain 2, and turn our work. And then skipping the very first stitch, we're going to half double crochet tog. And then 1 half double crochet into the next 5. Okay, and we're just going to continue this, and then our final stitch on this row will change to our light teal. Okay, so I've gotten to the end of the row, so we're going to do our half double crochet decrease here into the back loop only. Okay, and we need to do that final half double crochet into the turning chain. So we pull up a loop, and then to change our color, we're going to bring in our teal. Okay, and pull it through. And chain 2. Okay, so we're going to have to cut our green, leaving a long enough tail for weaving. Try not to twist our stuff up too much, and then I just leave my yarn on my arm here to grab for next time. Okay, so now we can turn our work. And skipping that very first stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet tog. Decrease into the next 2. And then 1 half double crochet into the next 5. And then here's our peak. Just getting my yarn pulled out. Chain 2. Okay, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 7, and we're just going to continue with this pattern now. So after we've done 2 rows of teal, we'll switch back to pink and just continue so I'm just going to continue working along my row, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I've done my final peak of teal, so we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 5. Okay, and we're going to do a decrease in the last 2 stitches. Then in that turning chain, 1 half double crochet, we're going to bring in our new color. going to go back to pink, I should say. Pull that through. Chain 2 and turn. We're going to skip the first stitch and then do a decrease into the next 2. And 1 half double crochet in the back loop of the next 5 stitches. Okay, so what we're going to do is just keep going back and forth with this pattern, repeating our color pattern. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our peak, 1 half double, chain 2, 1 half double. So in total, we're going to do 5 color repeats. So we're going to end with teal. It's going to take a little bit of time to get through, so I'm going to just work away, and then I'll meet you back when I'm finished my color repeats. Okay, so I've just changed back to pink. I'm going to change to chain 2. So I have finished 4 sections of color, so meaning pink, lime, and teal. So 4 sections of those, so I'm going to do 1 more. Just going to turn my work here. When my daughter saw these colors last night, she just freaked out. She's so excited for this blanket. Okay, so we're going to decrease. And then 1 half double into the next 5. So I try to keep my tension pretty tight when I'm doing this. I don't want, you know, really big loose stitches. Okay, so there's 5, and then we'll do 1, chain 2, another one in that space. And then you're going to do 1 half double into the next 7. 1. Okay, and then we skip the next 2. And we just keep continuing across. So I'm going to finish this last section of pink, green, and teal, and then I'm going to meet you back and show you how to finish it off. Okay, so I'm on my last section of blue. So this is my 5th section. You can see my piles down there. I still have a fair amount left. You could probably do one more section, but I have done this pretty tight. So I kind of like to have a little bit extra there if someone's gauge is looser than mine, that you're not going to run out of yarn. Because if you run out, you know, you're buying another 3 balls maybe. So see how you go. Like if you have a lot left over and you want to do another section of colors, go ahead and do that. But we are going to make tassels, so you do need to have enough left for tassels as well. So how you're going to finish this off, I've done my 2 rows of half double, and now we're going to do a row of single. So you're just going to chain 1 and turn. So basically we're going to do the same thing except doing single crochets instead of half doubles, and we're not going to go into the back loop, we're just going to go through both loops. So we're going to skip and then do a decrease. Okay, pull through all 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in our chain 2 space, do a single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet. Okay, and then we'll single crochet into the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, there's 7. Then you're going to skip the next 2 stitches, single crochet into the next 7. So we're just going to continue that all the way across this row, and I'm going to meet you at the end, okay? Okay, I've done my last peak. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're going to decrease the final 2 stitches. And 1 single crochet into that turning chain. Okay, so what you can do here now is we can cut the yarn and fasten off. And then you're going to want to weave that end in. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we're going to weave all these ends in. Okay, so this is how the blanket's looking. It's really big, and then we have all these lovely ends that we have to weave in now. So we're going to do that next. Okay, so we're going to weave in our ends. Now I've chosen not to crochet over these ends as I've gone because of working in the back loop. I really find that it doesn't work as well trying to hide them, and I really want the control here as to where I'm going to weave these ends to really hide them. Now you want to make sure you're working on your wrong side, so you'll be able to easily tell the wrong side because you're going to see some of this happening on your wrong side. So you want to take your big threading needle And you just want to find a good section to weave it through. So you're going to want to go one way and pull it, because as you weave sometimes it will pull your work, and then you want to go back in the opposite direction I lost one. And just make sure that's weaved well, that you've hidden it, and then you can just trim your end. So yeah, it's going to take a few minutes to do this. We've got to go all the way up the side, but I wanted to have the different color on the edge, so I didn't want to finish this with a single crochet around the edge because I just like the look of the different colors. Okay, so here's the blanket finished without any tassels. So you're welcome to just keep the blanket just like this, or you can add tassels. So I'm going to show you how to make the tassels next. Okay, so I've pre-cut here my strands for my tassels. So they're 18 inches in length, and I have 22 pieces for each tassel. Now cut 24 for each tassel because you will need 2 extra pieces. So what you want to do is grabbing your strands in the center. Okay, and it's okay that the ends aren't necessarily all even because we're going to trim them to make them even at the end. So what you're going to do is just knot this. Okay, so this will be the yarn that you will attach to the blanket. You just want to smooth your tassel out so that it's all hanging nice. Okay, and then you're going to take your other piece of yarn to make your tassel ball. Again, you just want everything laying as even as possible. And then you're going to knot you want to make sure you do this good and tight. And then taking your ends, you're going to weave them down under that knot that you just made. Okay, so now what you want to do is just trim your tassel so that it is all even. Okay, I am going to use my fingers. Okay, so there's your tassel. Okay, I've added one of my tassels over here to this peak. and I've made my next tassel, and I've just compared. I want to make sure that I've trimmed them about the same. So what you're going to do is just attach your tassel into the corner. You want to knot it well, and then you can weave in these ends. I would weave them probably separately and just hide them because they are pink. It'll be a little bit more difficult to hide them in the blue, but you're going to want to weave them in. So I'm going to attach another pink in this peak here. Okay, so I've made my other tassels. Now you could do all your tassels in one color if you want. And even if you flip your blanket to the starting pink, you could just put 4 tassels in those corners. And I did that with my other blanket, and I'll show you that later. So what you want to do is attach blue. Show you that this one here, I only did the 4 tassels in the gray, and see, as you can see, we have 4 peaks at our starting end, so I just put the 4 tassels. You could totally do tassels on the other end too, but I decided that for this one on my shades that I would just have tassels on the bottom. Okay, so I've laid Megan's out so you can see all the tassels. They look so much fun. I'm so excited. She's gonna be really happy when she sees this.